Oi, you know what time it is? You're tuned in listening to Dry That Aussie Metal Guy. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his content when it drops. And remember, stay brutal, you mad dogs. Roof!
Try that Aussie metal guy here with crank.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's a great pleasure that I'm bringing you this following interview I had with Olof Wikstrand of the legendary Swedish metal band Enforcer, who are due to kick off their Australian tour tomorrow in Perth. So if you're sitting on the fence about this, do not sit any longer. Grab those tickets and check out this interview with Enforcer. We do talk all about them celebrating their over 20 years of them being together as well. So please do enjoy the following interview with Olof Wikstrand of Enforcer, and make sure you are front row center moshing out Enforcer. Please do enjoy this interview and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure, man. Briefly, quickly, that Nostalgia album, looking back at that, because coming out of everything that was happened, what are some of the challenges that you kind of remember facing with the making that album?
Oh man, I mean, challenging. The most challenging thing with making album number six is that you have to figure out which way you want to go. I mean, because we've been going, every album's been pretty different, and it's hard to like reinvent yourself with every album that you do, stay relevant and and do something that still pushes you forward without making, the fans disappointed. I think we found a pretty good like middle way of like homage to our past and also like try to push things a little bit to the future also. I think that was like that was the biggest problem, because when you're in the beginning of the career or your career, you can on album number one or two or something, you can pretty much do whatever you want because you don't have such expectations on you. But this time, it's we've been around for a while now, and it's been like you have to, it's you find a good middle way of where you want to do and also stay relevant.
You've definitely managed to do that. I've loved all your bloody albums. I've been following you guys since Into the Night. You always have that
Yeah.
really great speed metal sound though at the core of it with the killer riffs and the great energy. And coming up on 10 years, looking back now, did you think you'd be going for 10 years? And what are some of the most memorable highlights now that you get a chance to kind of look back so far?
Yeah, honestly, I have to correct you a bit there. It's 20 years, and that's
20 years,
freaking.
pardon me.
Now, but I can't believe that this all happened, and it all happened so fast. I mean, looking back on the early days feels like it was just like a couple of years ago, but then all of a sudden 20 years passed, and it's freaking sick. And what's been some of the highlights? I don't know, just I could never imagine that I would still be doing this, 20 years later, playing all the greatest metal fests in the world and touring the world countless of times. It's been like an insane ride just in itself.
Yeah, so when was the last time you actually got over to Australia? It's been a couple of years since, so.
No, we never played in Australia. I've been there myself, uh, like one time, but that's about it.
Oh, dude. So you would be hella excited to kind of get over here and play, yeah?
Absolutely. I follow a lot of bands, and I've been following a lot of bands throughout the years, and it feels like let's say 10 years ago, you could see like pretty big acts playing pretty small venues. But like lately, it seems like the scene in Australia has been taking a step forward. I see even smaller bands do pretty well there, and a lot of international acts go to Australia to play and do like kind of successful tours. So I'm really happy to be a part of like a group of international bands coming down and you know opening up the market, seeing all the fans that's been following for us for so many years. I'm super excited to like interact with the scene down there and see friends and people in general.
We've got a great scene down here as well, and you've got some amazing support. So is there like you come over here kind of as a tourist last time? Is there something you're looking forward to kind of doing as a band, like off the tour as well?
I planned this tour for January because winters suck here in Sweden. So I'm just excited to like to see some beaches and some nice hangouts, some drink some beers by the sea and just have a good time. That's apart from playing and then apart from networking with a scene, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and you guys have played some bloody amazing shows. I've been that Live by Fire, absolutely bloody rules 1 and 2. Tours as well. Are there any songs you're really keen to kind of get over here and play for the Australian audiences? And it must be hard kind of whittling that down from the albums that you've done as well.
Yeah, man, I think, the songs we play are results of years and years by trial and error.
Yep.
We play some songs and usually we stick with the ones that create the better reaction from the audience, more or less. So that's how we decide what songs to play. And usually it's more fun to play songs that create a better reaction in general. So that's just how we choose the songs, I guess.
Are there any tracks that you really love playing live and
I
why?
think yeah, well, we got some songs where the audience usually react better to, and those are fun songs, and also but fun songs for us are also songs that we haven't played in a while. We did very recently, like we made like something of a 20 years anniversary set. So we dug up some old songs we haven't played in a while, and put them back in the set, and those songs have been real fun to play. Stuff that can go wrong. Some of these songs we played like 1,000, 2,000 times, and they're just so much on routine. They're so safe. It's not really fun to play them.
Yep.
It's fun, but it's a bit more fun to play songs where things have a bigger tendency to go wrong. You don't always want to play so safe. So that's a bit challenging for us.
And then what's it like revisiting those albums from 2008 into the Fire and Diamonds? Because you've recently done it with Diamonds, and that Running in Menace, I think he's had like a poll or something for that as well.
No, it's been fun, and sometimes you can see that, you can go back to it with a distance, and you can listen to it in an unobjective way, or in an objective way, more than what you do when you're like in the writing session, because then you have you have both the idea of what the song sounds like in your head, and then you also have it what you hear, and your impression of it is somewhere in between. But now that some years have passed to some of these songs, and you go back revisiting them, you can see them way more objective, and you can realize, like, oh, this is a really good song, and what the hell was I thinking here? Because yeah.
How do you maintain that energy? Because you guys have quite energetic performances on stage, and you can definitely feel it like watching the live videos as well. How do you maintain those energy levels through your set?
I think it's the audience. The
Yep.
the audience push us to do that, I think, or yeah, to see a reaction on people, and it makes you want to go the extra mile.
Yep. Do you have any like major memorable moments playing live as well, looking back?
I don't know. I think we've done like 2,000 shows or something, so it's like really hard to out one. But there's been a couple of really memorable, great shows throughout the years, for sure.
Yep, and coming into 2025, what have you got planned following on? Because he's usually got a pretty good schedule, dropping albums every couple of years as well.
Yeah,
Have you got a
no,
big?
I don't know. I got some new stuff, like, but it's also like it's hard to make time these days to collect all the people and record it, and because it's pretty time consuming also, and everybody are, we're almost in our 40s now, so it's quite different now compared to when you could just go down and jam in the rehearsal space after school, so yeah, it's I don't know. We'll see what happens. We have a lot of like shows coming up,
Yeah.
like 2025 also, which also makes it even harder to find time to jam new stuff. We have some stuff in North America coming up, especially next year, and some European festivals.
Didn't I see over in Canada as well or something like that after or?
Yeah, yeah, everything's not announced yet, but we got some stuff in the US happening next year, and especially, yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. Should be a bloody good year. How do you balance those demands though of touring? Because it is quite a hectic schedule touring, and then being able to be at home, and then everything else as well. It must get quite a strain at times.
That's just a lifestyle, I
Yeah.
think, and I enjoy it. I've been doing this all my adult life, so I have no other option.
So, tell me a little bit about your setup. What are you using at the moment for live shows?
What do you mean, like in terms of gear?
Yeah, what gear are you using, man?
Oh, that's hard to explain. No, but we did a pretty detailed like rig rundown video. There's on YouTube, but we've gone on and off a bit. I could talk about gear for hours, but now we have a setup where we have like digital amps split into live amps, so we use both at the same time. But that's pretty convenient because it's way more. You can really get down in detail with everything, and and our sound engineer can run everything from like very very detailed. So I think we have a pretty great sound these days, way more controlled, way more dynamic, and way more like thought through.
Yep.
But what in gear? What else? We have the guitars, we have the amps, we have the drums. Usually we ride our drums because obviously you can't travel with drums to the other side of the planet. So we just see what drums we get when we arrive to the venues.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering how you go bringing over like what gear you kind of need to kind of get those performances all the way
Yeah, but
over to the other
that's why we
side of the
that,
world.
that's at least how when we do fly shows we do digital amps because it's so much easier to you will always get your tone
Yep.
regardless of what happens, and then you can just reproduce that with like a split to the live amps on stage, and you will always have exactly the same tone wherever you go. So that's the switch that's made it much more convenient for us and easier to play because if you're on different amps every day you have to like adjust your playing, even though you don't do it consciously. You have to adjust your playing and you toward like to the sound you're using, and that's gonna make your playing very inconsistent. And I really found that was a big problem before when I every day had to adjust to a new tone. So so that's a switch that we've been doing like lately that's been helping us perform so much better and tighter.
Yeah, damn. What song are you pretty keen to kind of get playing off of the latest album down over here for Australia?
What songs we are keen to play from the latest album?
Yeah, down over
Um,
here for us.
yeah, no, we recently like introduced the first song of the latest album, Unshackle Me,
Yep.
into the live set, which feels extremely good, and it's been like working out really, really well. People seem to dig it. It's a good spot of the set, so it's also, it's way more fun to play new songs, like I said before. So that's going to be exciting. That's a song that I always appreciate playing live.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, and I can't wait to catch you guys down under. You are playing all over the bloody place, I believe, starting out in Perth, Newcastle, Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, and rounding out in Brisbane. You can grab tickets through your mate bookings. Olaf, do you have any last words, shout outs, thank yous, or anything else you'd like to add in there, my friend?
We'll see you there. If
Oh,
you're into heavy metal, if you're a metalhead, you are there. If you're not there, you're not a metalhead. So we hope to see all you guys there.
damn straight. And chuck some Enforcer in the stereo, crank it up really bloody loud. The neighbours are going to want to hear it too. Cheers, Olaf.
Oi,
Cheers,
you're
man.
tuned in to Drive That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.